believer. You cannot receive a Muhammadan title unless it's from Prophet. It's not from your local Imam where he calls you Muslim, or he calls you Mu'min, or he calls you Muhsin, and then he calls you Mukhlis. He has no right to call you anything. And these are only titles that be granted by Prophet. And each of those titles represents how much your darajat of love is. And that's why we said at the entry of the door, what was the reality of A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem? Is there anywhere on this earth that you can achieve A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem before any door of knowledge which would be past Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, because everything opens at Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, but you didn't even get through the door. Everything is through the understanding of A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. How does that achieve? And there's nowhere on this earth that you can step and be protected from shaitan, and no way to achieve that except what tariqas teach, what awliya teach was what? Be with whom is already under the protection of Allah. And the only one under the protection of Allah was Muhammadun Rasulullah. And as a result they believe, they ask for forgiveness, and they keep the presence of Muhammadun Rasulullah with their durood and salawat. Then what do they become one day? Mukhlis. Which what is now? The reality of A'udhu billah. You could never have achieved A'udhu billah because there is nowhere you go, oh I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed shaitan, and I stand right over there, shaitan says, I'm here already. Let me just enter into your heart and your brain and your body and flip you upside down. But the teacher, no, the only way to the reality of that statement is to become mukhlis, in which Allah gives the command in the Qur'an that to shaitan, you will not, you can attack all of these creatures. Means their awz is not going to work, it's just imitated, except my mukhlis. You cannot touch my mukhlis. And the only way to achieve a mukhlis was to be with Muhammadun Rasulullah, which is a high level of love, high level of belief, high level of Muhammadan light, in which they became A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. They reached that reality in which Allah gives the command that no more,